Man, good morning or afternoon or evening, doesn't really matter. Whenever you're watching this, it's good with me. But yeah, super excited to be creating something, which is a little strange to say because I haven't created anything in months. I've been doing these monthly recaps, or I was doing these monthly recaps for quite a bit, but then I just stopped because I just didn't want to create anything. I didn't want to do anything. Once COVID-19 happened, I really just put a pause on a lot of things. And one of them was creating, and it has been so freaking life-giving. But it's the end of June. I'm filming this in July. And man, just super excited to share with you guys what's been going on in my world, for those of you who care, which probably not many of you do. But it's going to basically be about the relentless elimination, the ruthless elimination of hurry. This is a book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer, which I'm going to have a link to this down below. It's not going to be an affiliated link or anything like that, so just buy as many as you want. It's not going to go to me. But if you get this, leave a comment down below. Heck, somehow reach out to me and tell me what you think of this book, because I am rolling through it. And yes, it definitely has a Christian perspective. It talks about being an apprentice of Jesus and how he did ministry and how he did life. But whether you are a Christian, atheist, doesn't really matter. You need to read this book because it's really good. And it's changing the way, I think it's going to be changing the way my family and I do some things, about taking back what is Sabbath, about taking back this idea of materialism, minimalism, and really just how to be better and more generous with our time. And I'm going to speak a little bit into, I'm actually going to end with a verse, I'm going to end this video with a verse, Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. So if you want to pause, you can read it right now, but I'll definitely get to it in a moment. But again, this has been I would never wish COVID on anything or anyone, but this has been a fantastic 3 months. Been fortunate enough to work from home. I'm in a new place from where I was filming the last of these videos. My son took what was the office and is now in the office, and I took his old room. It's much more small and quaint, and it's much better. And so over this whole time, we've been doing projects, restained a deck, pressure washed, repainted 2 rooms, and have done small things here and there. But it has been so life-giving doing nothing else except for really spending time with family and being with family. I have some notes because there's just a lot, but really everything that I've been doing these past 3 months, and especially in June, has been just spending time with family, which I know for a lot of people is a very scary thing. Something like, do I really want to spend as much time with them? And I get it. Listen, I get it. If you would have told me what I would be doing now 4 or 5 months ago, I would have laughed at your face. I would have thought you were an idiot, because I was going 100 miles per hour. But there is such freedom in giving up all of this extra trash. There's 3 big things that I gave up, these 3 big pursuits, and it's not that I'll never get back to them, but right now it's I've given up the fact that I'm not chasing a doctorate. I've given up a fact, by the way, I'm not even close to that. I'm giving up trying to own my own business, and I'm giving up trying to write a book. For those of you who have been following me know that I've posted a lot, blogged a lot, but I haven't posted anything in over 2.5, 3-ish months. I think my last post was in April. And it's been really life-giving, just letting that go and not worrying about creating, not worrying about posting, not worrying about what other people think in relation. That there is such freedom in this rest of doing what matters most, and that is doing my job, my quote-unquote 9-to-5 job, but also loving and spending time with my family and being more intentional with my wife and my kids. One of the things that I've really enjoyed letting go of is actually not cramming in tons of books. Yes, I'm still reading, but it is at a much better pace. And I really haven't even been reading a lot of business books. I have 3 business books up there that I'm sure are great, but I just don't care about them. I don't want to read them. They're not where I am right now. The last one, I just purchased this though. One of my friends had recommended this, called Customer Success, just something I want to grow a little bit more in. But even this one, I'm slowly reading it, and I almost regret it. Not that it's a bad choice or a bad thing to learn more about, but I'm just still not there where I want to consume more about customer success or anything leadership-wise. And not that I've arrived and I'm at the pinnacle or I'm some beast of a leader. it's just right now that's not where my mind is. It's more I want to really apply all the millions of thoughts and words that I've read, and yeah, and just being more simple. But so yeah, I'm not cramming in tons of books. I'm not cramming in tons of podcasts. Like I said, I'm not chasing these three big things, which were the doctor, the business, and the book. And what I've really been chasing and pursuing is deeper relationships with people. I've had great conversations on the phone. I've had great video text messages. I've had great things on Marco Polo. I've had great emails. I've had great, all of these social distance beers, because my family and I were still not meeting with other people really in close proximity. And it's just been a fun time of building stronger relationships with folks that I work with folks that have been in my life for a while, and also new neighbors. My wife and I and our family, we really love where we are, and we've grown in such solid relationships with our neighbors. I've been able to grow in some strong relationships with folks at work. Some of my best friends are now people that I get to do business with. And it's been a ton of fun, really, growing in those relationships. One of the things, since I'm not pursuing random books or podcasts or business or any of that, I've been able to really get down to projects which my family and I can enjoy together. One of those is gardening. We built a 4x8 garden in the back, and it was going so well. And one of the things that we learned in doing this is that direct sunlight is incredibly and amazingly important. Amazingly, I don't even know if that's a word, but it's so important. And so we're gonna have to move our garden because it started growing and then nothing has really grown. The stuff that has grown, I think, has bolted, which means it's not gonna produce for us, it's producing for its next phase of life. Simplified term, I'm sure I'm wrong. If you're a gardener, you're listening. No, it's not. That's not what bolting is, you idiot. But for the layman, the new people, that's what I'm figuring it really is. One of the things that I want to get into more is fly fishing. My in-laws have a cabin, and just really able to do that. So learn the knots, the lures, and everything that go into that to fly fish, and really just enjoy peace and quiet and the rapids and the river. And then like I said, we've been doing big projects. But that's really what this past June has been about, just pursuing family and friends over anything else, over books, over podcasts. I haven't really listened to many podcasts at all. But guys, it is so life-giving. And I want to encourage you to say, what is one thing that you can give up this month? Is it a book? Is it a podcast? Is it staying up super late on your company? What is your potential company? What is one thing that you can give up that will give you freedom to pursue the things that truly matter? I've been able to have a lot of fun playing tennis with my family. We got some old rackets from the in-laws. I've been reading more fun books and just consuming that. My favorites are biographies, FYI. And I'm going on a lot of bike rides. Again, her parents had some bikes at the cabin. We really weren't biking at the cabin, so we brought them here. And so we're able to do bike rides, play tennis, all old and used things, which is crazy. We didn't have to buy anything. I'm thinking I want to eventually have an adventure room, and reading this book, and as I'm speaking to you right now, I'm like, well, I have tons of friends who have all that equipment. I can just borrow that. And so guys, let me encourage you to get The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. Please leave me your thoughts down below. But I want to end with this verse, Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. It says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden." This is Jesus speaking to a crowd. "And I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you." A yoke is something that you would put between two oxen so that they can work together, yoking people together. So he's saying, be yoked with me. And learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Guys, I have never experienced such truth in my life. His yoke, God's yoke, is so flippin' easy. The stuff that I was putting on myself to pursue all of these things, such a hard yoke. It was destroying family relationships. It was making me anxious about finances and everything else. His yoke is easy. And I'm not perfect at it, but dang, it is so easy. So let me encourage you to take what I've been doing, honestly, these past 3 months, and especially in June, and really, what is one thing that you can give up so that you can spend time on what really, truly matters? Have a fantastic July. And maybe I'll catch up with you at the end of July. I'm not sure. I really don't know. This may be the last video for another 3 months. But until then, deuces. Bye.